Hey friends, welcome to Tori Talks TV. Today we will be talking about the new Netflix series called The Witcher, which is based on the book series and video games. It follows Geralt of Rivia and his many adventures as a monster hunter, starring the very handsome Henry Cavill. Yeah, so we're going to talk today about some things we really liked about it, some things we didn't really like about it. So we're going to start with what we did like.
Okay.
How about you go first?
I think we should also preface that we are not familiar with the game or the books.
Nope.
Have not read or played.
Don't know anything.
Just
didn't know anything going into
so
this.
you know.
Very
good. Okay, so one of my favorite things about The Witcher, though, is Yennefer of Vengerberg and her whole story of how she became this powerful mage. I love that whole, like, where she's, like, in training and, like, all the mages in training and how they, like, learn to become mages and then get, like, set up with, like, kings of the land. I thought that whole
side story
was really fascinating. And I was like, oh, like, mage school.
It was some of them more fun for me watching those
and just
parts.
watching her, because she's pretty beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
And then when she would, like, light fire with her hands, that was pretty awesome.
She's really cool.
She's really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was one of my favorite parts.
Fangirling.
Definitely.
Okay, so something that I really liked about it is, well, it filled the dark fantasy void left after Game of Thrones ended. So it was just the right amount of fantasy for me, in my opinion. Wasn't too much, or I wasn't underwhelmed by it. The spells and curses, magic, and witchcraft, I love all that stuff. I'm a personal fan of that. So, and you know, it didn't really have that much in Game of Thrones. So this was kind of cool to see something new in the fantasy realm.
I agree. I thought the special effects were really good.
Yeah.
And the costumes were really good.
Right.
It did fill that, like, void for me as well.
Yeah.
And enough dragon just to, like, scratch that.
Just a little bit.
Scratch that dragon itch.
A dash.
It was a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just enough.
So I really liked that. I was missing that kind of genre. So, all right, what's something else that you liked about it?
Okay, so one of my other favorite things is I love the relationship between the Witcher, Geralt, and Jaskier. Jaskier, the bard, the traveling bard.
That's actually something I really liked about it.
Oh, see, did you know that I read this because I did not watch or play the games, as I said.
Yes.
That his name, though, in the games was Dandelion.
Really? They changed it for the show to Jaskier?
Yes. And that he was much more flamboyant.
Interesting.
So I thought that was interesting. But I love the, like, rapport between the two.
Yeah.
It provided some comic relief and also, like, let Geralt, like, show some feelings. Like, he's not supposed to have emotions, but yet it kind of, like, it comes out.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, specifically, what I liked most about it was the character Jaskier, the lute player. He was the comic relief throughout this series that I thought was very, very much welcomed. It wasn't, like, annoying. He was so funny, and that actor did a great job. And do you know the actor actually plays the lute?
Oh, that's cool.
There's not many of them. No. But do you know that song, Toss a Coin to Your Witcher? Is so popular right now. They're actually inspired remixes and memes alike, and it's an earworm for sure. So just that character was really, really fun.
I agree. I think I wanted to see more of him, and we kind of, like, lost sight of him at the end. So
I know.
I'm sure that in the future seasons we will see more.
We can only hope.
He's also a ladies' man, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Oh, that's right.
That's why he has Geralt accompany him to that, like, ceremony.
Yes.
To, like, protect him. He pays him.
Right. That's right.
Like, they're in this show, at least, how they, like, come to be in a relationship.
He was so fun. All right, so what did you like the most about The Witcher?
So I liked the final episode.
Okay.
So I have to say that, like, towards the middle, I was kind of like, okay, like, where's this going? But then it finally came together for me at the end. And, like, you know, like, he's trying to get, like, met up with Princess Cerelia, and it finally happens.
Finally.
And I was like, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if I want to keep watching the show. But then I was like, okay. When's season 2, season 3 coming out? Because I need to see what happens.
They did a good job with that cliffhanger, right?
They really did.
Yeah, because I thought we were going to have to wait until the next season.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like the last scene.
It was the last scene.
Yeah,
the last scene was like, okay, I totally want to watch it. And it brought together, like, the little things that got dropped in throughout, like the law of surprise. I'm kind of like, I was like, what the heck is the Law of Surprise? Like, every time I try to wrap my head around the Law of Surprise, it kind of, like, blows my mind. But it's like, okay, so here's how it happens, right? Like, you, like, pay a debt by promising something that you do not yet have. Huh?
It's
but that's the premise, people. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, I need to learn more. Like, how's this going to play out? And then we learn. And then kind of tied to that, like, one of the things I liked through this whole thing was, like, remember when he said, okay, I claim the Law of Surprise. And then when he realized that, like, the person was pregnant, he was like, well, F-bomb. Like, you know, like, there's these, like, strategic droppings of, like, F-bombs and S-bombs throughout the show that are, like, so well-timed and, like, comedic that I'm just like, it's just, like, the perfect word to encapsulate, like, the predicament that they're in.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Anyways.
Definitely, yeah. Yes, that's a good one. So what I liked most about The Witcher is kind of like what you were talking about before, is just Yennefer. I liked her transformation, the whole storyline, and I just thought she was very interesting, and in my opinion, this actress stole the show for me.
She sure did.
I was kind of hoping that it would just be mostly her, and would like her to get a spinoff, if that's possible. She was so fascinating because if you look in this picture, what she started off as, she was deformed and she was, I mean, an afterthought. Her dad sold her. I mean, that was terrible to see, but like the complete turnaround after she does become the powerful Yennefer, the mage, is like, it's like two different actresses, it seemed like. That's the same actress.
I literally could have watched the whole season about her before her transformation.
I know.
With the twisted spine. I was already riveted by that. And then she, like, does this whole, like, transformation. It's crazy. Oh, and, like, how she's, like, the whole, like, understory of her, like, fighting to, like, for her reproductive rights, basically, which were torn away from her.
Isn't that interesting?
I like that, how they kind of, like, interweave that, like, little, you know,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've never seen a character like her before the transformation.
Definitely.
Make a complete transformation. And that's the same actress.
Yes.
I don't get it. But it was so well done. And, you know, you really feel for her before and after, but she really scared me after. Like, I was, like, she was nice. She was, she did what she had to do, and that's fine, but just where she started from, the sweet little shy girl. Yeah, but she was absolutely, that was my favorite thing to watch, was her storyline.
I agree.
Because realistically, it's called The Witcher, but it's about The Witcher, Yennefer, and Ciri, in my opinion. It's like three main characters,
it's true.
But
it's true.
I loved her.
And she definitely stole the season.
100%, yeah. So
and her hair was beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She's like, everything is beautiful. I mean, compared to The Witcher's hair, his hair is gross.
Think so?
It's greasy. Even after a bath.
He's living a rough life out there in the wild, yeah. All right. Well, we should still discuss some things that we didn't really care for about The Witcher. So how about you start?
Okay, so I'll start. So I have to say that, so I loved everything about the mages, almost everything about the whole story of the mages.
So fun.
Okay, but the one thing I just couldn't get past was why did Fringilla, so Fringilla is the mage who was sent to Nilfgaarden because Yennefer got out of it. Why does she have to be black?
Oh.
Like and she's the evil, by the way.
Right.
She's the evil
she
mage.
ends up being the evil mage
like,
of Nilfgaard.
I mean, she's like the only black mage. And she has
she was.
Yes. Kind of like racist casting.
You think like,
I just really couldn't get past it. It really bugged me the whole time.
It's like, why the only
one?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It really bugged me.
That was kind of frustrating. I did take note of that. I did notice it for sure.
And I kept looking for other mages. Like, are there any more black mages?
Surely more.
I saw no more. Redheads, blondes, black-haired, all white.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Though it's a fact.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, something I didn't really care for. It was a little prudish of me. I didn't like the gratuitous female nudity. It's just a lot.
There was a lot.
This is a little bit too much. I respect a beautiful body. I love women. I really do. But this was a little bit unnecessary for me. I was hoping that this wouldn't be the theme in every single one of these, like, shows that I watch. I mean, any show, but these fantasy shows, too. I get it. And if there's a sex scene, and yeah, you're going to see things, I totally get it. But there was that really weird scene with Yennefer.
Yes.
And it looked like a orgy, and that's fine. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot.
I get what you're saying, though, because I remember thinking that as well. It's like, what's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
What's going to happen?
What's the point of it?
Why are we going to... What's going to happen to these people?
Yeah.
Why are they here? What are we going to learn about them?
Nothing.
So...
That was just a little, like, eye roll, kind of annoying for me. You know, not a big deal. It's not going to ruin it. All right, what's something else that you dislike about it?
So overall, I wish that I just connected better with the Witcher, Geralt.
Yeah.
So by the end of this season, the last episode, we get some flashbacks to him and his mom and him as a child. And I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to learn something about him. But 7 episodes have passed and I didn't really connect to him. Like, I didn't really see, like, why he's the title character.
I agree. That's why I said Yennefer stole the show. Ciri's storyline was pretty interesting. I get it. He kind of brings everybody together. Like, he, you know, I mean, it is about him, I guess, in essence. But I found them to be way more interesting.
Yeah. And what I learned later, because I wanted to read up a little bit about the show or about the story, is that the first season is based on these 2 short stories that are like predate the actual Witcher saga.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that was heavily publicized. So then that kind of made sense to me why, like, I don't really understand him yet.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of understanding the people that are, like, setting up for maybe, like, season 2 and season 3, which have been greenlit.
Do you think we don't connect to him because he's not supposed to have emotions?
But then why in episode 8 do we get those flashbacks? I think we are not supposed to he's not supposed to connect to people because he doesn't have emotions, but we're going to be given, like, the backstory so that we can connect to him. But I just wish it had been interspersed throughout.
Yeah, I see that a little more.
I just wanted to like understand why I should care about him.
The Switcher character.
Yeah, because I cared about Yennefer because from episode 2 we were like, what's happening to her?
Great character.
Yeah. We just needed, like, a little... And Princess Aurelia, too. We got, like, some of her from the very beginning. And so, with him, given that the title of the series is The Witcher...
The Witcher. Got it.
I would like to care more about The Witcher.
I see that. Yeah. Totally understand. Something else that I didn't really like about it was I kind of thought the writing was corny at times. It was a little predictable, not very original. And this isn't the whole time. There was just some times where I was like, really? That's all you got? I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm not an expert in any way, but it's just some things that seem like filler lines or just like, wow, we've seen that a million times. I do feel bad for The Witcher having to come out after Game of Thrones and everything that happened with Game of Thrones. So I feel like there's a lot of comparisons, unfair comparisons. So I was trying not to do that, but the writing was so excellent in Game of Thrones. I can't help but compare a little bit. It's not even comparing. I just was like, I was expecting more, I guess.
The delivery of the lines, too, was a little like...
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So,
sometimes
like,
that was...
Henry Cavill, I mean, good-looking guy. Nice jawbone
Good
and
to
stuff.
look at.
But his, like, voice, and because of, like, his being devoid of emotion as part of his curse, it was very, like, hello.
You could tell. That's not how Henry Cavill talks. No. And he had, like, a little grunt. Like, he had, like, a... It was a little Billy Bob Thornton, if you know what I mean. Sling Blade. Have you seen it? But he did that a lot. I know. Yes. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't ruin anything, but just at times I was like, well, come on.
Yeah.
Do better. All right. Okay, what did you dislike the most?
So I feel like I was a little bit let down because in the first episode, which I really liked, Princess Aurelia's like we met her and she like growled and this whole like crazy thing happened. I was like, oh, who's she? What's she gonna do? And she does almost nothing.
Yes.
She just runs for like 6 episodes. And then we see her at the end again.
It was not fair.
It wasn't fair. I was like waiting for more to happen.
She seems so interesting.
Yeah, she could have
they could have done more with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's kind of just like carried along until the end.
Little helpless girl running through the woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, it is what it is. And I see now because it is just kind of like the little short stories that are going to lead up to the story.
Yes. But I mean,
more to come.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Which makes us more excited next seasons. I thought that too. I was like, really? That's all we're gonna know and see? Yeah. I mean, she did have a very eventful time. But yeah, they could have done more. I totally agree with that. All right, well, What I disliked about it the most was it was confusing to me.
Yes.
The story was so confusing. Distinguishing between flashbacks and the present time and the plot jumping, the law of surprise.
Yeah.
I actually have that because I was like, what are you talking about? I can't wrap my little brain around that. It plays out almost as if we're supposed to know. Like, I think this was more made for the fans of the Witcher book series and video game, and that's fine. But I was a little disappointed because, okay, I'm bringing up Game of Thrones again. That had, a fan base already, and I didn't read a single word of those books, and I still was able to follow that. So I don't know if they did that on purpose, which is fine. I'm happy for the Witcher fans that they already know, like, they're in on it, but, like, I want to be in on it too, and not have to have read or played the video game. So that, to me, it was so confusing.
I get it too. There was actually one episode where I was like, did I already see this? I was like, did I not start over at the right episode? But it kind of like replayed something that happened in a almost exactly. Yeah. I was like, wait, is this flashback? And then they kept saying like, I've been walking for 12 years. Like, wait, we just saw you. Like 12 years passed. Yeah. What's happening here? So it was a little confusing.
They didn't do a good job of, like, when we saw the queen, and all of a sudden I'm like, what are you doing? Wait, you just died. Yeah. And she's sitting there.
Wait, is that the same person? Yeah. I kept thinking, is that not the same person? I know.
And that was confusing too. So maybe could have done a better job with that.
Subtitle, like 12 years ago.
Some words in there. Yeah, maybe help us out for the newbies to The Witcher, if anybody's watching.
I'm so glad you thought that as well.
Yeah, but overall, it was a very entertaining show.
I even like the battle scenes, which normally I'm not really into battle scenes.
I don't like battle scenes either.
But I was like, that was good.
Totally watchable for someone who doesn't like them. Yeah, overall, if I was going to give it a grade, I'd probably give it like a B-. Yeah. I don't know, what about you?
If I was going to give it a grade, probably like B.
Yeah.
Solid B.
Yeah.
Passing. A good B.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you have it. Can't wait for season 2. If you all could maybe leave a comment and let us know what you liked or disliked about it, or like we totally off by what we chose. And also, while you're there, hit that like button and subscribe, please. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.